Howdy, y'all. I'm back with another Farming Simulator 25 video, and today we actually have big plans. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and knock this out of the way right now. I was getting ready for the harvest and trying to sleep my way to November when I seen this little gem right here. It's a baler with a wrapper for 40,000. Um that is a huge win for us. Um I can make it the rat black, green. You know what? I'm actually gonna do green. I want it to look a little different than the normal white. Um, with Bell on Interner for an extra 2,000. I don't know what that is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna buy it just like this. 43,000. So we have bought it. There's also a wrapper here, but now we just gotta go pick it up. Um, I was not expecting to get a baler, let alone a baler and a wrapper in one. So this is awesome. So first things first, we're gonna go pick this thing up, talk a little bit about what the plans are for today, and then we are going to get started. So obviously we are wanting to make it to harvest. We need to make some money. Our funds are looking a little low, not too shabby, but lower than I'd like. We have, oh, also I cut down the rest of that tree from the previous episode, that big stump that was too big for me to carry. I cut it up into small pieces, put it on the trailer, and loaded it up. Took it all the way out there. I got about $2,000 for that little trunk alone. I say little, that thing was huge, but $2,000 was not too bad. So got that out of the way while I was letting the AI finish planting all of the canola and all that good stuff. So we are off to a good start. We got everything planted. Getting a baler. It's a good start to the episode already. So let's pick this thing up, and it is blue. We don't have a uniform brand at all. Like, we use whatever we can get our hands on, and I love it. So, round bell net and bell wrap. So we got stuff we got to take care of. I don't really know all that stuff just yet. I will figure it out as the time comes. I gotta zoom out a little bit. Thing's huge. Um, but yes, so we are going to check up on our cows. We are going to bale some silage today, I believe. I believe that's what we're gonna do. I don't think it's hay. Um, and I'm gonna be completely honest here, so don't judge me. But I'm not too sure how to make just hay. I don't know if you need the tedder for that, and that makes hay, or what. So I'm not too sure. But right now we're not using a tedder because we are not needing hay. We just need the silage. And like I said, I don't really know how to make the hay, but I will figure that out. And if I feel like it is important information, I'm sure I will tell you guys on the next episode or the episode that I figure that out on. So we got the, Jesus, I can't see nothing. It's nice and green. It's the middle of June. We slept a couple months out, and I was gonna stop or not record until we was ready for the harvest, but I seen this on the used vehicle list, and I know I had to get it. So there she is, our new baler. Pretty nice. I'm pretty excited about this one. 12 rolls, so we won't be able to do too much before we have to re-up on our wrapping, but we do have that other wrapper just in case. If this one works out good, I'll sell it and we'll be back to normal. Let's see what the cows are looking like. So they are out of food. Water is still good, but a little low. And they haven't reproduced yet. So they technically are still eating, just not being as efficient as it was before. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep to November because, like I said, we got to sell some stuff. And that is going to be the #1 priority, and then we'll start working on the next harvest, which I think is timed perfect to where it's going to be time to harvest all that canola right during the November month, which is going to be perfect because that's when we get our most money. Well, second most. So I'm going to sleep till we get to harvest, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alrighty, guys, it is now time to see if we are ready for another harvest, and it looks like yes. Alrighty, so this worked out perfect. Grass is ready to be mowed, harvest ready to be done, and we're ready to sell. This couldn't have worked out better. So that was all luck, by the way. I did not plan for any of that, but this worked out great. So we're going to go ahead and start the harvest here on the canola. Right now. Get that AI guy working. Then we are going to not use the baler yet. We are going to drive over, grab our little trailer. I want to upgrade this trailer too, because it is a little small. Let's attach that, and we're going to go ahead and fill it. We got some wheat in there. All the way up with canola. We are going to start making our cells. I will hopefully just speed through this real quick. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to sell. Then I'll come back and empty out the harvester and just keep moving along. Get all these fields harvested, everything sold, and then I'll come back to y'all. Y'all don't need to see all that again, so take care of that. I'll be back, and we'll start off with the baling process. Now, that is something I don't know if I've done with a grown field yet. I've just cut the grass around my area and showed y'all that way, so we'll do it with a field. Whoa, don't crash. And then we'll see where we go from there. I do need to feed the cows. Unfortunately, I don't have any silage ready for them. But now with this baler, we'll be able to get that all taken care of and really start producing us some more cows. Before I cut and take y'all to the next part of this video, I also did notice that the Angus cows, because I was looking in a previous episode, I can't remember which one it was. Where am I heading? I don't even know where I'm going right now. Okay, I remember. It's been a couple days since I sold last. It's been like a week. But what I didn't learn about the Angus cows and everything like that is that the Angus cows are the ones that do not produce milk. At least that's what I understand. Could be completely wrong here. But what I do know for a fact is that the enclosure that we have them in right now will not let us produce milk. So even if the Angus cows can, the enclosure itself will not let us sell or make milk. So eventually we'll upgrade that. But right now, cows are low on the totem pole because even if we do great and we have the things just completely full of fully grown cows, we're only going to get about 50,000 for that. And that is a lot. But that would be completely emptying our stock of cows, and we'd have to rebuy more and grow them and all that stuff, which I don't really want to do. I want to sell them off like 10 at a time, which would give us around 20,000. It's a little bit more than that, but that's my plans for the cows until we get a bigger enclosure. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out of here and sell all this, and I'll bring you guys back when everything is sold and we start on the next project. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. There's five. There's six. Alrighty, so we are caught up now, and we still have a little bit more of a harvest that we're going to sell, but we are going to take a break and do some other things real quick. So I'm going to fill up this uh, silo here real quick. So we did 6. So we have a couple. I think we might have 2 more cells left to do today when it comes to the canola, which is pretty good. So we obviously have made up the money we spent on the baler already. We are at our highest number so far at 127,000, and I could not be happier uh, with how that sell went. So we are going to go ahead and let me zoom in a little bit here. Reconnect this front loader. Actually, we don't need this right now. So I'm going to disconnect it. I know that's pretty smart, right? We are going to first connect this mower here, and we're going to start baling. So I have the other AI workers harvesting and planting all that stuff right now. And this is our time to shine. I don't even know if we really need the windrower for this, but I'm going to go ahead and attach it and turn it on and all that stuff anyway. If anything, it'll make it a little bit quicker. And now we're going to do our first field of grass baling session here. And it could not have came sooner. So this is going to go real quick and easy, I hope. We're going to unfold the windrower. We are going to lower and turn it on. Then we're going to switch to the mower, unfold it, lower and turn on. And here we go. So this is going to be very similar to cultivating. You're just going to drive through and make your rows and all that stuff. And then right after all that is taken care of, we should have a nice good line on each of these sections where we're going to go back through with the baler. Now I could be using the GPS lines to make this nice and even, but I am not too worried about it. And what's nice about the setup we got right now is even cutting this grass right here, we can bale this too. So it's not a big deal if we go over. So we're going to cut all this. These are not going to be straight lines. Do not judge me. But this is going to work out great. I think this should give us a good amount of bales. If we're getting even 3 bales, right, that will keep the cows fed for a couple months in the in-game, which means that I want to have a stockpile, but as long as we're keeping them fed, then that's okay. I don't want to go too much into my profit margin by not having enough canola growing at the moment. Why is it so dark? These clouds need to go away. But I don't want to go too much into my profit margin when it comes to growing my canola just to grow grass. I want to keep the profits rolling in, and I definitely, the faster we can get to a good number, the faster we can buy more things. So I want to be able to buy another field. And also, which I might be doing in the next episode, is buying a business. So if you don't know, you can buy businesses in this game and supply them with the stuff. Like, for instance, the bakery is the one I'm eyeing right now. You give them flour, they make bread, and you sell that, and you make a lot more money than if you was to just sell flour or wheat or whatever else. Whatever that business is calling for. So like there's a sawmill, you can provide them wood and they're going to make planks or something along those lines, and that'll take care of that. So it'll be real nice to have as a business just to make some extra monies. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited to give that a try. I know nothing about the businesses other than what I just told you. So should be interesting to learn and see how all those are set up. Also, today we're going to check on the bees, see if we've got any more honey. I would like to sell that off. That's good little passive income, especially since you don't even have to feed them guys. They do everything themselves. I would like to see a cow born today, but I don't know if we're going to get that lucky. Oh my gosh. Man, these lines are not going to be straight at all, but hey, it is what it is. And then, like I said, we're going to get all this baled up, and I'm going to keep these workers going. And whenever I get to the baler, I'll bring you guys back because there's no reason to watch me keep going in circles. Alrighty, I am finishing up right now with the windrower and the mower. So we have all these different lines. I could theoretically, hold on, let me turn this stuff off. I theoretically could windrow this all into straighter lines and put them all into one big row, but that is not what I want to do right now. So I'm going to quickly just drop this stuff off. There we go. And we are going to go grab our baler now and give this thing a first official try. See if I can figure out how to work it on the first try as well. So, bale count, it's got that. Lower pickup. And then we can turn on automatic drop. I'm going to leave it off until I figure out exactly what all I want to do, because I can just drop the bales off over here. So we're going to go ahead and unfold it. Turn it on and lower it. So now we just drive over everything that we just picked up. Or that we just cut, sorry. And that's gonna go ahead and bale it. Y'all seen this before? I've baled before, just not on an actual field. So this should be quite a few bales here. I mean, one strip and we're already almost got a bale here. All right, so now it's gonna drop it off and it's gonna wrap it for us. Which is outstanding. Can I keep collecting it right now? Oh, I can. So I can double up on this. Now, obviously, I won't be able to wrap the next bale until I unload this. But that's pretty nice. I don't have to stop. So we're going to just keep chugging along. I don't know why it disappeared like that. I think I missed any. Grab this little bit here. I'm just going to go ahead and do the full double up. And then come back here and drop off everything. Man, it's turning really slowly. So I'll raise it whenever I need to turn. All right, so turning now. It's driving really slow. Maybe because of all the weight in it, I'm guessing. All right, we'll go right here. And then unload round bell. There we go. Drive forward just a little bit. Gonna wrap the next one. Oh, this is nice. I'm definitely gonna sell that other wrapper that I had bought. That was a great find on the used market. All right, now we should go a little faster, I think. I'm topped out right now. Like, I am pressing the gas. Alrighty. Real quick, before I start, I need to move the harvester out of this guy's way. This field is now finished getting its harvest on. And I am cultivating it now. So I'm going to try to have it where every episode I'll have the harvest going. Like the field's getting taken care of. But if I do forget, it's no big deal. I'll just be doing it during the like off camera, getting it all caught back up for the next episode. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm gonna actually do something I never thought I would do, and kind of park the harvester under here. I think the first episode I said I'd never do that. All right, let's turn this thing back on. Lower it. I'm gonna back up just a little so I don't miss any. Sometimes you miss it if you just switch back over, so that's the reason I did that. We're gonna pick up all this grass. Yeah, we're gonna do pretty nice on these bales off of one field, so I don't think we'll need any more fields grass for quite some time. I'm gonna do a wide loop here, try to grab all this extra. I missed it, but it's okay. I'll come back and get it. Yeah, I don't know why I enjoy this so much. It's kind of like, what's it called? Satisfying, I guess. Okay, so whenever it starts wrapping the bell, you have to wait for that before you drive. And it's also picking it up in reverse. That is awesome. Most of the things in here you can't do in reverse, so that's surprising. But I am here for it. Now, this video may not be that long up to this point. However, I've been recording for well over an hour and a half now. And that was just taking the trip of selling everything. It took quite a while to do. So, I'm trying to keep my time management skills together for this one because I don't want the videos all being an hour long. But it's kind of hard whenever you don't know exactly what all's getting cut. So bear with me. I'll try my best to cut all the stuff that isn't needed, and try to keep in all the entertaining stuff or stuff that might be able to help people. And then we'll just keep going. So we got 4 bales already, and we have done almost no damage to all this grass here. So this is going to be a time-consuming process. But I am here for it. I really enjoy this stuff, and I don't know why. I've seen people do it in real life too, like actually not round bells. I've seen square bells. Seen people do that. Those things can get mad heavy. I mean, you think it's just grass, but I've seen some pretty heavy bales of hay, and that stuff is, especially if it's wet. If it's wet, oh my god, they can be heavy. I've moved a couple of them. I've never actually baled myself in person, but I would like to. Which, that might not make sense to some people, wanting to do manual labor, but I don't know. There's something about it. I am going to not make y'all watch me sit here and go up and down this field this slow, just baling the stuff, I will go ahead and bale this whole entire field, and then I will be back with a final count of how many bales we got off this one field. So, see you guys in just a second. Alrighty, so I am currently finishing up this field now. There's still some grass in here somewhere. I just can't seem to find the little clumps of it. Here, like here's a little piece there. Missed a couple spots, but nothing too crazy. And I think there's a little bit over here I got. Right here, maybe. But I also did not know that there is a counter on this baler. So we're not going to get the last one done, but we have made 15 bales, which is pretty awesome. So this baler by far was the best investment I've made so far when it comes to this, which is outstanding. I was not expecting it to be half as good as it was. It still took me quite a while to do that field. I'm about 34 minutes into this part, um, which is quite a while, but I did learn that I will definitely be using the windrower after I cut the grass on the next time. So I'll cut the grass, then use the windrower, get everything into a nice tight fit, and then use the baler. That should save me a lot of time. The baler's real slow at turning, which made that take a lot longer than it should have. But other than that, I'm very pleased with it. So now I am going to start loading all the silage into its spot here in the barn. And I'm just going to do a quick check real quick. So it's already fermenting 8%, 10%. 10% should be the first ones. Yeah. So it's already fermenting. Shouldn't take long at all. And then we'll be able to feed the cows, which is outstanding. It is getting to be nighttime. That's how long I've been working on this today. Let's open these up. And we're going to start loading all this stuff in here. Now, I'm going to try to keep this as neat as I can. It's a little hard to try to keep all this neat sometimes. So we'll start off by blocking this door here. Loading that. This might be really well. I'm talking about the front loader right now. This might work out pretty nice. Now there is a actual bale fork that you can use, but as you can see, I'm just using the pallet or the skid one, and it's working just fine. I'm not having no issues with it. That's the only reason I didn't get the bale one, is because I think this is going to be more than enough for what we need. Oop, little bump there. So I'm going to try to, I might spend a little extra time just keeping this as organized as I can. See, like that one's a little off. I'm just going to give her a little bump. There we go. Oops. Not mean to pick her up. Alright, that looks okay. So I'm going to start loading all this stuff up. I'm getting the other fields almost completely ready. I believe that grass will grow a second time without having to cultivate and replant. So this is going to be a test for me. I'm not 100% on that. So I'm not going to cultivate that field just to see what happens over the next month or two. See if it grows at all. If not, I will just be 1 month behind on that, and I'll catch everything back up on the next harvest. So it shouldn't be too bad, even if it doesn't work the way I'm expecting it to. Let's get this loaded in. Oop. we go. Hey, this is gonna look nice once I get all this in here. Then by the time for next video, so for the next episode, I should have as much food as I need for any of the cows, which is going to be outstanding. Um, Again, I will keep baling and stuff like that on that field. Everything else is going to be for profit of canola. I'm going to be switching to focus on something else really soon, which, like I said, is I'm kind of eyeballing the bakery right now. I don't know if that's the best business to buy, but it is one of the cheaper ones that I've seen so far, which obviously is going to be good for me. If I can get in pretty cheap and make a good buck, then that's what I'm going to be leaning towards. So I'm going to be doing some research on the bakery and all that stuff. Might just... there we go. I might look into the sawmill too. I seen one that was like $300,000. I'm trying to do this whole series without taking out a loan, but if there was one that I want a loan for, it'd probably be the sawmill, just because I think they make wooden planks too, and you can use those to make things. And there is a shed that is currently on my property, which I don't know if I can just sell the spot that it's in, because I would really like to. I don't want a shed there. So if I can get it built and then sell, it's even better. But I'm pretty sure that just me cutting down my trees around the farm is going to be enough to supply my a pretty good business out of. Oh, did I just straight stab it? I did. So yeah, that's gonna be that. I am going to quickly put all these up. I'm probably just gonna make a quick little speed up part of the video here. It's not a full time lapse. I still haven't figured them out yet, but I will speed up the clip 4 times instead of how fast I actually wanted it to be. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so as we're finishing up here, I'm just going to talk quickly for anybody that doesn't know. Hold on, someone is blocked. Oh, okay, I gotta move this. I was just going to talk quickly. Real quick, let me move this out of his way. Alright, back to what I was doing. So if you are new to the game and you don't know much about silage or anything, join the club, but I do know just a little bit. And so what I was going to say is that we can sell this. We can also, hold on, I'm trying to focus here. We can sell this, but we're going to mainly be using this to feed the cows. This seems to be a pretty decent way about doing. Okay, I need to like go over just a tad. I don't know how profitable this silage could actually be. I don't plan on profiting off of silage. This takes a while. Again, I enjoy doing it, but it could definitely be a lot faster. So I don't plan on putting these parts in the video too much. Um, but I will keep everyone updated at any point if things change, or I'll keep y'all updated with how the storage is looking, things like that. Anything that I think is going to be a major update, uh, I'll keep y'all updated on. Hey guys, Hazard here. Just wanted to let you guys know this part of the video, I really just started rambling on about a bunch of stuff, and it was because I was extremely tired after a long recording, and I pumped out 2 videos back to back, and these videos do take quite a while to record and make. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut in here and cut out all that blabbling I was doing, and just wanted to say I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Thank you guys for all the support you've been showing on the series so far, and subscribe if you want to see more Farming Simulator content. I just saved you so much just randomness that I was talking about. You're welcome. I hope you guys have a great time, and I'll see you next time.